Hi, I'm Randall. You might know me as...
Randy, where are you? Randy.
Yeah. Hang out with Captain Q long enough, and you'll end up buying a boat. And I'm no exception. So join me as I navigate the ups and downs of owning an old sailboat. Wanted to quick say thank you to all of the wonderful viewers and commenters and people that thumbs up the video on my boat. I'm really grateful and thankful that we have such a wonderful audience. I'm grateful to be able to bring this to you and to be owning the boat for one, and then to have wonderful fans to come along as I ride the ups and downs of figuring this boat out. So thanks for all the positivity. Let's get busy.
Randy,
Hey.
hey buddy, how are you?
Hey, thanks for coming up.
I like this boatyard you're in. You've been here before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we've been here a few times.
We have been here before.
Yeah.
Do we like this boatyard?
Oh, it's a great boatyard.
What's the name
Yankee
of the
Marina. It's,
Yankee Marine.
Yeah, fantastic.
And what town is that?
It's in Yarmouth, Maine, up on the coast of Maine, southern Maine.
Okay, good.
So we've been here. We've seen 4 boats.
Yeah, we've seen
and
4 boats.
We've stepped off a couple of them. There was one that I was particularly smitten with.
In my driveway, I know the boat. I know the boat. It's
made by
sunfish. The sunfish.
So we stepped off the boat, and I immediately called the broker, and I said I would like to make an offer on the boat. Made an offer immediately, and the broker told me it's actually already been spoken for.
Well, that's too bad.
About a month and a half went by. The gentleman that was buying this boat put it in the water, tweaked it a little bit, got it running, did a little shakeout with it, but then didn't work out. And so the owner decided to put it back up on the market, the highest bidder, and got a really attractive offer that was way above asking price. I then went back to the broker and I increased my offer a little bit more, and ultimately had to back away because it was just too rich for my blood.
What, you lost it? I mean, you made an offer and you didn't get the boat?
I offered over asking, well over asking, and I didn't get it. So then I waited about 2 more weeks, and I got a call from the broker who said, if you can get us a check tomorrow, we will accept your offer. The second deal had fallen through. And so I was ready to go, and I cut a check, and lo and behold, I became the owner of the Scheel 45. I was third in line. Yeah, it's this. I would file this in the be careful what you wish for folder.
I know. You made the move.
It was a roller coaster ride. I thought I was gonna get it, and then I didn't get it, and then I thought I was gonna get it. And I
know I'm really happy for you because you really deserve it. You've done a lot of work on this channel of ours, and not only originating it but driving it. And nobody's having more fun until this moment than me. And now you have just moved ahead in the fun level.
Well, and this might explain. I figured if I'm going to be a captain, I've got to start dressing like a captain.
You look terrific. So. You look absolutely terrific.
My pants could use a little bit of aging,
your
maybe.
Pants look fine. Well,
so do you want to take a look?
Yeah, is it around here anywhere? Is it one of these?
It's under wraps here somewhere.
Which one? Oh my God, look at this. As the captain would say.
Is that how it works?
Am
I doing it right?
That is very good, very good. You got 2 masts.
Oh yeah, it's got one of those baby masts.
You only got 1 keel.
Huh.
1 keel, but 2 masts, that's very good. She is wonderful. By the way, I did check out, there are 25 through hulls on this boat.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them are on this side of the boat, though.
Yep.
Wow, that's really great. That's terrific. What do you think? What are we going to do with this puppy?
There's a lot to be done here.
I know. I'm so glad that you're here to do it. And the nice thing about this is nothing sort of little. It's kind of like, this is kind of a big boat. And so things will be very obvious to anybody watching you go through the machinations of getting it ready, getting it into the water, and then going sailing. Think we should go sailing with it too?
I think we're going to have to go sailing.
We're going to go sailing right away.
Oh my God.
Right away. Yeah.
As soon as possible.
A beautiful, beautiful boat. 45-foot catch, fiberglass, center border. They've done a beautiful job with the boat. And this boat actually was used in the New York Boat Show when she first came out. It was kind of the queen of the boat show.
Yeah.
And I think when your fans come aboard and follow us through the boat, really follow us through the boat, they're going to understand why it's such a special boat and why you are so lucky.
I can't believe it happened. I still
Yeah,
can't quite
yeah,
believe it.
yeah.
It's going to be a fun journey.
Okay, well,
And I'm going to need a lot of coaching. So
well, we're good at that. We're good
Yeah.
at that. And it's all the right price, right?
is it?
Anyway, well, thanks very much. Congratulations. Thanks for bringing me down to see this thing. And
Oh wait, before you go.
oh,
Where do I start?
when do you what?
What am I going to do to start? What the heck do I do to? I just bought this thing. Now what?
This boat needs to be insured. Did you get insurance for it yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, well, you can leave right now. And,
It's fairly urgent.
And before you go anywhere, you call an insurance agency, tell them to send you the paperwork, and get this boat coverage for liability for collision, death, health, and all those things. And if the mast falls out.
Yep.
And it's pretty easy to get sailboat coverage these days. It's not terribly expensive. You just have to find the right broker, the right agency.
Is there any difficulty because it's an older boat? Am I going to find any challenge? You think trying to get insurance? You know, it's not.
I don't know.
sparkling new-
It's been a while since I've done that, but I don't know. What they usually require insurance surveys, which are a little different than a regular survey. Insurance surveys are a little broader, and it really is sort of like somebody coming into your house and saying, "Oh, you've taken good care of your house," and they walk on, they say your house is worth so and so. Insurance survey is very much the same thing. Real basic stuff.
Yep.
They don't investigate. They don't destroy anything to find out if it's working or not.
More of a
and-
valuation then.
It's pretty much a valuation for the benefit of the insurance company and your bank, if there's a bank involved.
Yep.
And banks will, of course, require a valuation of some sort on the boat anytime you buy one.
I better
You'll be
get
all
to it
set.
before we get on it, right?
You better get going. Could you just head over there
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
There we go.
Go make a call, would you?
It sounded pretty easy to do, right? We all know insurance companies. I went to the big ones and I said, oh, I'm looking for boat insurance. Well, it turns out my boat is 48 years old, so none of them were going to insure my boat. So I needed more of a specialty provider. So I called my boat broker, who put me in touch with a couple of different ones. The one I was in touch with was pretty receptive. It's shouldn't be a problem, but we're going to need some things from you first. So I got my certificate of documentation, which every boat needs to have, which basically is kind of your car title, so to speak. A valuation survey, which I happen to have actually from the previous owner. So they had just done a valuation survey that basically is like a rough marketplace valuation of what is this boat worth. If you crash this boat on the rocks, what's the replacement value that we would then insure it for? Or what if it breaks loose from a mooring or an anchorage? So I had that handy, whipped that off to them. And then the insurance company said, all right, so what's your sailing resume look like? And I thought, oh my God, I've got to go back and chronicle all of my sailing history. My resume ended up being a lot longer, a lot more open ocean sailing than I had remembered. I had over 10,000 miles of open ocean racing and delivery, where I was either, part of the crew or one of the two people manning. So it was me and Captain Q delivering the boat, or sometimes Captain Q and I just racing. We did a couple of two-handed races with his 52-foot LeCompte. So I felt pretty confident that I was going to be able to get insurance, no problem. Like, oh yeah, look at this experience. And the insurance company came back kind of by accident and forwarded me an email that was from the underwriter that said, we see that he's crewed on a boat, but has he ever owned one? And I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I quickly responded and said, well, I actually did a lot of maintenance on Captain Q's perfect boat. I know quite a bit about them. I don't know everything about them. I have a lot to learn, but does that mean I'm uninsurable? And so they came back and said, well, do you know what's involved with the maintenance? And I said, well, I've got an engineering background and I've made bicycles out of bamboo. I know how to fix things. I have the means to actually hire people to do the job correctly. So I thought this shouldn't be a problem, but there was a little bit of back and forth and it wasn't a slam dunk. It wasn't a sure thing. And I felt like I really needed to beg them to insure me, beg them to take my money to insure the boat. And I was also under a time crunch because I had gotten my ownership documentation and yet it was not insured. So there was like a 2 or 3 day lapse where I was sweating it out a little bit. But ultimately I got the insurance. It was pretty reasonable. It was about the same insurance rate as a car. That was a little bit longer process than I thought, and it was a little bit more involved, and I felt like I was in this weird down position where it wasn't a sure thing, and I was really vulnerable because I had just plunked down this money to buy this boat, and please somebody insure me. Like who can I call who can I throw my money at to insure? Like I really wanted to find somebody. Like if it's not you, just tell me so I can move on and find somebody else. Please, there's got to be somebody. Even if the rate is astronomical, I need to get insurance. What if, God forbid, something happens to the boat in the yard? I really need to have it insured. So yeah, it was a learning process for sure. It wasn't as easy as I thought. Something that would make it a lot easier for the insurance company to look at me as less of a risk would be if I had my U.S. Coast Guard license. So for those of you that aren't familiar, the basic Coast Guard license is called an OUVP, which sometimes is referred to as a six-pack license, which doesn't actually refer to what you're going to be drinking on board. It's actually a license to carry 6 paid passengers or charter passengers. So it's basically meant for smaller craft, smaller charter environments where you have only 6 passengers. So to get that, there's a written exam and coursework. You have to get a physical. You have to have CPR training. And then on top of that, you have to have 90 days of service on a craft over the past 3 years. So for those of you that want to get a jump on things, I probably could have done most of everything that I need to do to get my license as far as coursework and exams and all that. The problem was I didn't have 90 days in the last 3 years of service, so that wasn't really an option. I think that would have gone a long way to make it easier for them to look at me as not being a risk. So anyway, that's just something to look into. I'm going to put a link down in the description below with some information about the USCG 6-pack license. For those of you on TV, you'd have to go on a computer to check it out. Anyway, that's the insurance wrap up. It's like anything insurance, it might not be the sexiest thing, but it is really nice to have, especially on an older boat. So where there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So we've got Project Through Hull, which is going to be a lot on this boat. We've got 23 through hulls at last count. So you're going to come along with me as I try to do some discovery and learn what everything is and get a lot wrong.